Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dewi Rani. I'm from STBS 11 April Sumedang. In this session, I will explain about my research paper, and the title is A Comparative Study of Education System between Britain and Indonesia. You all guys may be wondering why I chose this topic, right? Well then, this chosen topic will hopefully make Indonesians have open to talk about gaining knowledge from education. Because of it, we'll hope that Indonesian people also have greater knowledge that takes from other country with best education system. Otherwise, after graduation, they can apply the system in Indonesia and improve education system in Indonesia by the knowledge they get. Let's talk about what education is. Education is one of the crucial things in every state around the world. Yet education is also a mirror of a nation and country. The reflections of good or bad can define who country is. Furthermore, Indonesia is a developing country that its education system is quite low instead of other developed countries in the world. One of the country in the world that has the best education system is British. As far as we know, that British believed that is very valued education because education can make better future for better life in their country. Okay, let's move to the results and discussions. Before knowing the difference education between Britain and Indonesia, it is better to identify both countries in perspective of education system. The education system in Britain is divided into 4 stages of education. The 4 stages of education are primary school, secondary school, which are compulsory educations, and further education, and the last is the higher education for optional education. Elementary school or primary educations, the pupils on this case, stage 1 and 2 will be focusing on learning practically rather than theoretically. Middle school or secondary education is when the pupil have come of age 11. The student will enter this school for key stage 3 and 4 start to get the general certificate of secondary education of GCSE. GCSE is a set of exams taken in England, Wales, Northern Ireland and other British territories, and it is usually taken by students aged 15 until 16 after 2 years study. The students are going to learn something from the subject that are more detailed. After that, they will be getting started to get the good score for GCSE. The score from GCSE can be used for enrolling to the next level education like university or applying job vacancy. For a student who wants to continue their study, it is called further education or optional education. The student that finished previous study, they can choose some programs that are A-level or another international qualifications like Cambridge Pre-U, and in Britain there are some kinds of school that are state school and public school. State school is state-funded school that is likely subsidized by government and every programs are monitored by government. There are 2 kinds of state schools: non-denomination state school and denomination state school. That school are for differing the school that has sigil of religion and the one that has not. Otherwise, public school is non-state school that is likely expensive. The education system in Indonesia is fully organized by a legitimate organization called the Ministry of Education and Culture, or well known as Kemendikbud. Kemendikbud is responsible for every elementary, middle, and higher education, and the education of the society in Indonesia, such as the availability of proper teachers reading to all the region in Indonesia, the curriculum system, and many more. Elementary school. The subjects are more likely very basic, like reading, writing, and counting, and it gets harder in every grade where pupils are in. After graduating from elementary school, pupil will enrolling into mid-school. The subjects that pupils learn are the same as when they are in elementary school, but in mid-school, pupils start to study some subjects that more classified, such as in elementary school. Pupils learn math, but in mid-school, pupils learn algebra, which is all more complicated. High school starts teaching pupils decisions in life by enrolling in study programs. There are 2 or 3 study programs that pupils can take. It is social study, science study, and literacy study. After passing the school leavers can both continue their study in university or optional education or get a job. Okay, after knowing all the classification and the explain of both countries in perspective of education system between Britain and Indonesia have contrast system of education. For more detail, I will show you some pictures. In these pictures, you can see the differences system education between British and Indonesia. Okay, right there. In this table, you can see the learning period, the learning time, the curriculum, the evaluation, also the religions. Okay, the conclusion of this paper is it is proven that Indonesia has the longest study of compulsory education than Britain, yet Britain has optional education such as A-level for student who wants to continue the university or apply job. The subject that is taught is more practical in Britain rather than in Indonesia that is more theoretical. As liberal country, Britain has more option for student to programs that government provided. Indonesia is still less option after graduating from high school except for enrolling SBMPTN or getting a job. Yet the differences between both countries can probably be influenced by many factors such as identity of a country, political issue, and the income of a country, or etc. The government in Indonesia should give society, especially school leavers, for taking some programs to upgrade skill or prepare to enroll college. The society of Indonesia should improve the ethos of study so that education system in Indonesia can be better in whole world. It is because not only a country that makes system good but also its society. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.